Among the top crypto assets in the world, XRP is the only currency to be trading under $1. The rate at which XRP is growing is marvelous, keeping aside the current dip the market's been experiencing, making this period a perfect buying opportunity to become a future millionaire, because XRP will soon boom. Where will the price of XRP stand by the end of this year? Stick to the end to know more. But first, we are giving away $25 at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is like the video, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome, XRP Army! Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribe. Launched in 2012, the technology created an environment where money flows could be as easy as accessing the internet, marking its spot on the top best cryptocurrencies in the upcoming futuristic world. Considering the fact that XRP was able to secure the leading position among the current largest cryptos without even having to reach a $1 mark signifies XRP's potential. Dogecoin also stands among the top cryptos. However, at a close look at the coin's fundamentals, Dogecoin doesn't have any worth. The most it can become is through Elon Musk's tweets, which again stops at uncertainty. XRP, on the other hand, is far more efficient than any other altcoins in the digital market. It's true that with XRP blockchain capabilities, the coin should have already surpassed major altcoins, trading along with a minimum of $1 range. However, this does not seem to have been possible for the coin, given its current engagement with the US Securities and Exchange Commission. As per the latest status of the lawsuit, SEC has requested the court to extend the deadlines for both fact and expert discovery by the next 60 days. In today's video, we'll talk in detail about XRP's current position in the lawsuit with SEC, and where does XRP stand in the following week, month, and year. Also, we will conveniently answer your doubts and queries about XRP's win over the lawsuit, ending with the price prediction of the coin. The reason we conveniently mentioned is that XRP is seen to be taking the lead in the lawsuit. To brief a bit, last year in December, SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, the founding company and its executive, claiming to have sold over $1.3 billion worth of XRP as an unregistered security. Ripple had to undergo a lot of trouble while handling lawsuits, which initially affected the company with a price downfall. XRP was delisted from several crypto exchange platforms as an adverse effect of the law. However, as the matter proceeded forward, XRP gained extreme attention, increasing the coin's price, to the point that now, before the court of law, the question rests whether XRP is a security or not. A crucial turnaround in the case happened after Ripple stepped in with its defense known as the Fair Notice defense, giving a heavy favorable implication on Ripple's win on the case over the SEC. To prove XRP secure, SEC filed a motion to request XRP to provide its legal documents from 2012. However, the court denied the latter request. In turn, Ripple filed a motion asking the court to direct SEC to present its internal documents relating to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. SEC has already publicly acknowledged that both Bitcoin and Ethereum are cryptocurrencies and not securities, because their networks are entirely decentralized and not controlled or regulated by any party whose efforts are critical to the value of other altcoins. However, SEC's intention of suspecting XRP of being security revolved around the fact that XRP was majorly controlled by Ripple. Most of its mine coins are managed and owned by the company, therefore not decentralized to a similar degree as that of Ethereum or Bitcoin. As per SEC's argument, Ripple's control over XRP's network is crucial in deterring XRP's value, contrasting to that Bitcoin and Ethereum are entirely decentralized. Ripple stays strong on its defense of Fair Notice, alleging an 8 years ago gap that the SEC took to inform or file a suit against Ripple indeed involves malice. The Fair Notice defense has been upheld by the US Supreme Court as a constitutional requirement in the due process, meaning no person shall be forced to speculate as to the meaning of statutes. All are entitled to be informed as to what the state commands or forbids. Therefore, for a reasonable person to understand what is required or is prohibited, the idea of conveniently putting it across needs to be well furnished to begin with, rather than encouraging arbitrary or discriminatory enforcement. As per the latest developments on the matter, the court has denied several SEC requests, starting from denying SEC's request to search for records of Ripple's general counsel and deputy general counsel for being under the protection of attorney-client privilege. Judge Sarah Netburn also denied SEC's request to produce Ripple's documents post-dating the complaint and other documents relating to its lobbying efforts. After 6 months of the lawsuit, the fintech company requested the court to direct SEC to produce their internal documents. The agency has asked the court to extend the discovery deadline by the 60 days that the court granted. However, despite the court having granted the extension, this could also be added to the list of XRP's win, as apparent pressure has been created on the SEC. On the contrary, a more 2-month delay might as well have pushed the suit into 2022, suppressing the coin's price action, indicating SEC another motive to drag the lawsuit furthermore. Even though the outcome is on the table, but the settlement period looks a bit far. Ripple's defense of fair notice on SEC is indeed heavy, carrying a higher possibility of Ripple to win over the lawsuit. However, such potential implications of the court ruling in favor of Ripple can hamper SEC's process to prosecute similar suits to the court due to the underlying precedent from Ripple's case. On the contrary, SEC's victory could significantly impact questioning the legitimacy of cryptocurrencies, especially those whose network appears decentralized or partially decentralized concerning the securities law. We will then find SEC pouncing on those old coins, reducing their values to a considerable level, or taking enforcement actions against them. Ripple's XRP is a utility token, specializing in transferring money on an international platform. The World Economic Forum has recommended XRP as the best solution for cross-border payments, indicating XRP endorsement from high organizations into building up a new economic system. Ripple has also been planning to go public after the lawsuit settled. For the same, the company has appointed a few high personnel to smoothen up the process. The 43rd US Treasurer Rosie Rios was added onto the company's board of members, and Christina Campbell as the Chief Financial Officer. As for XRP's technical charts, the coin is trading at 83 cents with a red 1.98% change in the last 24 hours. With a market cap of $38 billion, the coin ranks 7th in the list of the largest cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap, according to CoinMarketCap. Currently at 83 cents, XRP is clinging onto its support level, just below the Fibonacci retracement level of 23.6%, after dropping from the high of 92 cents on 15th June 2021. The price action of the coin is likely to bounce from the support to the prior resistance level of 86 cents, after which, with more buyers adding on to the existing lot, the coin is expected to rise to 23.6% Fibonacci retracement to its previous resistance at 91 cents. However, the other market factor, the hawkish surprise by the US central bank, led to a sudden rise in the price of the dollar to its highest level since mid-April. On top of which, the crypto market is trading at a declining rate which appears to continue for a longer time, increasing the intensity for a bearish catalyst for cryptocurrency. However, on the flip side, with the recovery of the US economy, an increase in the number of buyers due to a psychological drive of reduced risk is likely to enter the crypto market, which subsequently drives the demand force for XRP as an alternative to Bitcoin and Ethereum. For the time being, XRP needs to maintain and trade above its crucial support levels. With the likeliness that the coin would trade sideways due to the lawsuit and the market, this becomes a fantastic buying opportunity. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only, and hence should not be considered as financial advice. Do conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Do you invest in XRP? Let us know in the comments. So that's it for today's video. If you want to know more about XRP, we've got 2 more videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, my friend.